Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
This is the very last time I will be able to say greetings, Koopalings, with the Switch being the main Nintendo console, because later this week, the Nintendo Switch 2 will finally be with us.
Look here.
Hi, Donnie. Hi, Delvin.
I got to tell you, that was a terrible intro. You got people scared. You like greetings, cool. This is the last time.
Last time.
What's
Thank
going
you
on?
for joining me on my final voyage.
It's like clickbait. They have to keep listening to figure out
why.
why.
What did I miss those 3 minutes? I wasn't in the chat.
Wow.
No, this is what we have literally been waiting for and counting down for years now. Today's June 1st. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Mm-hmm.
It's illegal to be straight this month.
My daughter told my wife she's homophobic if she doesn't take her to Dunkin' Donuts this morning.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I respect it. That's a good hustle.
That's what I'm saying. Also, in 5 days, we will be holding the Nintendo Switch 2 system in our hands.
I thought we were down to 4. Is that 4 hours? I don't know.
Wow.
It's like 4 hours.
We have to get through today, tomorrow, 4. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we have to get through 4 more days, and then the 5th day, if you are like me and are waiting for the Walmart.
I have 3 hours, 3 days, 6 hours.
Okay.
I guess that's till midnight.
3 days, 6 hours.
That's got to be till midnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes out June 5th.
Wednesday at midnight.
Yeah.
I get mine June 6th.
Why?
Because that's what Walmart told me.
What?
They're like, you're getting yours June 6th. Like, all right, that's fine.
Really? My Walmart told me I'm getting mine. Mine
By
says
9 a.m.
Oh,
I have that shopping cart.
by launch day. Like, it says
Wait, oh my
by
God.
launch day.
Last night, I was laying in bed, and PNC, my bank, texted me, we got a charge of $500 and something. Is this fraud? And I'm like, no, it is not fraud.
Don't
You better
cancel
charge
it. Don't cancel it.
And so
what
then
if it
got,
was fraud? Like somebody else just ordered themselves one, and you just, no, it's not.
Then I got an email
That
from
one is
Walmart.
fraud. Not the other one.
Yeah, this would be a good time to fraud someone out of $550 some. Because they're not going to suspect it. But then I got an email from Walmart saying, check your address, make sure everything's up to date. We're getting ready to ship it. But then one of my friends got double check your payment. We're having trouble processing your payment.
I keep seeing that stuff on the Reddit everywhere.
Yeah, I think
your
that
friend
was
broke.
I think
Walmart
that was like
told me they were like, you'll get yours before 9 a.m. on this day.
That's what they said.
Makes
so
me
fingers
think,
crossed.
I think I'm gonna get mine the day before.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, because the if it has the little shopping bag, that means it's coming from your local store, and there will be a driver going around to all the locals.
They're about to DoorDash that mother.
It's like a DoorDash for Walmart.
That's fine, as long as it's there by 9 a.m.
Yeah, we probably won't get it a day early because it's not shipping. It's like it's like being delivered by a human.
Yeah,
that's how my Xbox was delivered early.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I ordered from Walmart and it showed up a week early. They were like, here.
Yeah.
It was a person from the store. You just,
Yeah, my Walmart.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying, which is why I prioritize trying to get a Walmart order above everything else.
Yeah, I think mine's might probably end up coming on time. It says June 6th, but they'll probably end up coming on time.
I think my Walmart order will come first. I think the Target and Nintendo one could be, slightly.
Nintendo one will be last.
Yeah, probably.
My Target one is fucked.
Sorry,
it says
Seth.
June 11th. So
mine does too, but also none of them have updated yet. So I'm wondering if, as we get closer, I'm wondering if we get updates for that.
Probably.
Well, we're still going to Best Buy's midnight launch because that's where Josh got his. So we're going there, and he'll come home with a Switch, and I won't. But that's okay. We'll be able to play Mario Kart
That's
together.
true, Yard. Like, I could just imagine pirates just following this truck around town.
Yes.
Just scooping Switches as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of don't deliver it early because it may not be here. Like, I definitely want to be here when it's delivered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have plans for launch day?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Mario Kart,
I'm-
Breath of the Wild.
I have pulled out my amiibo. I have pulled out my collector's edition guide. I'm watching YouTube videos. I yearn for the stable song in my bones.
Oh my god, that thing you sent me with the stable that somebody created on TikTok.
So excited to go back. Like I can't tell you. Like this is everything I ever wanted in a Switch Pro. That's the whole point of all of this, was to play Breath of the Wild better. It launched a whole side arc in my life, a whole villain era campaign where I tried out Steam Decks and allies and I just wanted this but better, and Thursday is the day. And I am intending to spend that day in Hyrule. I definitely think I'll jump into a few things, like just right out of the box. Like I definitely want to try Welcome Tour. It might be the first thing I boot. But then when I'm actually ready to sit down and really play something, it's Hyrule.
And a week from now, Donnie's going to be like, Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 is not what I hoped and dreamed.
Oh, I really hope not. Don't curse me like that. I hope it's everything I hope.
I think it's gonna be everything he dreamed and more.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
HDR,
already
60 frames, 40K. Are you losing your like? I have GPS.
My
I have
brand
GPS
new
at Breath of the Wild.
You do
Yeah,
have
look at
GPS
that.
now. My brand new 4K, not the box TV, the one next to it.
Yeah,
All
the old
set up and ready to
Megavox.
go.
4K ready to go. You should plug it into that.
Oh my god,
And
that
play
would
it on
actually
that.
be so cool.
Yeah, Breath of the
I
Wild.
want to get one of those
remake.
adapters.
I do too.
Okay, well, how are you guys spending the last week leading up to the Switch 2? Are you saying goodbye to Switch 1 games? Are you playing other stuff, clearing your backlog? What are you doing?
I think I
Delvin?
might trade in my Switch.
Really?
I don't think I have a use for it anymore.
I mean, I understand that, but it's just
Yeah,
it is sad.
It might be time to say goodbye.
You don't want to keep it?
No, because I have 3. You know,
You have
my
so
kids
many
have-
consoles.
Yeah, my kids each have one. I have one. So I figured what I probably end up doing is trading in my Switch, and then using the credit for that to buy another Switch 2 for my daughter.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's worthwhile.
I might want to do that. There's no
I think
point
I'm
in
gonna
keeping her.
I'm keeping mine, as I think my daughter's going to take one with her to college. And then the other 2 are shelf ornaments anyway. I would never get rid of those.
I'm keeping mine because they have my Animal Crossing islands on them. They each have their own island.
I am also potentially thinking about like keeping them as like backup storage instead of loading my Switch 2 full of Switch 1 games. I can leave them on my Switch 1.
You said that games that aren't necessarily going to be any better on the Switch 2.
Correct. Yeah. Like I might as well just leave those over there.
So what are you playing? What are you doing?
I am playing the same stuff. I'm having a ball. I'm having a time. I'm in a really happy place where every other night my wife and I sit down and we play Bust a Move, which we're on like World 3, and then I watch her play My Sims for like an hour or two, and I cackle and laugh. The game is so derpy and goofy, and the stupid like language that they have. It's so dumb. And it's just dumb little fetch quests. It's like, hey, go to the flower shop, get a flower. Like, hey, go build me a chair. Hey, go like, it's so non-important that it feels really nice. Just like it's almost like like I'm like frozen in time. Like I'm not worried about like trying to beat it. I'm not trying to get to the end. I'm not trying to get to the next thing or worry about it. I'm literally just in the space enjoying this moment with her. And it's really goofy because you have to build like furniture and stuff, and it gives you the blocks to do it, but then you have to put it together. But like you have to build it from the ground up. So I'm having like these really funny moments. I'm sure, my extracurriculars are making this better than it is. But like you have to build it from the ground up. So my wife will like try to go put the seat before the legs, and then the seat will just hit the ground. And like it's that.
Oh, you really have to build it like that.
Yeah, it makes me laugh so hard. Also, I think I brought this up last week. I don't know if I really landed it. I really want to know, Rebecca, if this is like, is this a thing or is this like a her thing? She just bitches at the game constantly, and it makes me laugh so hard.
You said that where you complain like, "Oh man, I gotta go take this animal's message to the mail."
If you heard her, it's like she's having no fun at all.
Oh, I gotta go build this house.
Yeah, this person, she's like, "Hey, I need a backpack." She's like, "Yeah, you bitch. I bet you do need a backpack." And I'm just like, "Is this normal? Like, where is this rage coming?" And I'm laughing so hard. I just watching her go through this. So I'm literally having a ball watching her play video games. In the time that I'm not, I'm still playing Daemon X Machina, and then I tried to buy Sean a copy of Retro Bowl. I can't buy a code, so I tried to send him a gift card. I was like, here's $10, buy Retro Bowl, because I want him to try it. He can't redeem a gift card that I purchased in Canada. It's a different store. So I ended up just having this $10 gift card with no reason for it. So I went and checked my wish list, and Cookie Cutter was on sale. And Cookie Cutter is a really cool, like, just a rad-ass game. I started playing it on Steam and just, got onto another games and forgot about it. So I've been playing that for the last couple of days on Switch. And early impressions, I'm actually surprised at how well it runs. It runs great. Like, great. It's flawless. It runs incredibly well. So, having fun playing that.
I need the Switch 2 to have game gifting to other people, like on your friends list, because I want to be able to see their wish list and have the option to buy games. I feel like I would spend so much more money on games because I'm like, oh, you haven't played Deltarune? Boom, here you go. Here's a copy. Like, I can do it on Steam if I'm friends with them on Steam. I can force games upon them against their will. I want to do that on Switch.
Yeah. I agree.
That'd be great. So yesterday I hung out with him a little bit. They were like having a Switch day-long stream of like old Switch games, and I felt such vindication because they're playing Mario Kart, and I was like, "Are you guys gonna play Arms? Arms is on schedule." And I kept pushing them. They're like, "I guess." It was almost like I guess we have to play Arms if we're gonna say goodbye to Switch. I guess we have to put on Arms. Yeah. They put on Arms and they had a fucking ball. Everybody was laughing. They're like, "Why is this game so good?" I was like, "Fucking yes, justice for Arms." I've been saying it this whole time. It's so good. And then Rebecca, sad to report that from Arms they booted up Splatoon 3 and went through the hassle that Splatoon 3 is to either get into and then to squad up. At one point they started, I guess it was like a private match, but they wanted to play they wanted a full match. But they couldn't figure out how to get out of the room. So they had to like force quit the game and then get back in.
For the hundreds of hours that I have put into Splatoon, I still don't know what buttons do.
It was so funny. They played about a match and a half, and it was such a somber stream. The group literally is like, "So you guys, anybody want to play Arms again?"
Ouch.
You've heard it here first, people. Arms greater than Splatoon 3.
No.
Arms is great. Arms is legit great. People put respect.
Greater than Splatoon 3. Let's go.
So good. That was fun. I had fun time yesterday. It's been a fun week. I'm in a good place. I'm ready for Switch 2.
I feel like I'm back on my gaming arc now. You know how I was like anti-gaming for like the first part of the year? I'm back.
You're back in?
Back
in.
It? I 100% at Alba. Remember I started that a while ago, and then I beat it, and then I put it down. And I'm like, you know what? There's not that much left to do. It's just like finishing cleaning up the island and taking a picture. I think it's like 62 different creatures across the island, and I did it, and I finished it. And you get like a cute little badge for your character to wear on her hat. So I did that. I'm playing Split Fiction. I think I have like an hour or two of that left with my friend.
Wow. Nice.
It's very similar to It Takes Two. Did I talk about this last time? I don't remember. Mm-hmm. I like the characters better. They have like, I think, more depth than like the couple that was trying to not divorce each other.
Terrible marriage.
Huh. Yeah, like that was cute. It was fine, but like there wasn't really much depth to it. This one definitely has more depth. They like take all the levels, like take inspiration. Like me and my friend are just like, oh my god, this is just like Metroid. Oh my god, this is just like Tears of the Kingdom. This is just like Fall Guys. Like they take inspiration from so many different games. Like when I say Metroid, there was a level where you're the morph ball and like you use the spider ball or whatever it's called to like magnetize onto the walls and like roll around and go off things, and go through like little tunnels and stuff. There's definitely inspiration from like a lot of different games, and I want to know if this studio, Hazelight Studios, can make amazing games like this in like a relatively short amount of time, because it wasn't that long since It Takes Two. What's everyone else doing? This game runs amazing. Our connection's great. The graphics are pretty. The writing is good. The level design is great. What's everybody else doing?
they're chasing hundreds of millions of dollars that's not there for them to receive. That's what
margins.
Like
Hayes like hey,
margins.
we're gonna make what we're good at, and that's it.
Could be like this, then it would be a perfect world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying 4 years is great.
That sounds about
it's
right.
not like
the most
7-8 years to get a new Zelda game.
That's true. I mean, but Zelda's a
or like first party Sony games or whatever.
Yeah.
Me and Donnie have been having this conversation for the last month now about how the previous generations we got like a bunch of first party games, and now it's like, you might get one once in a while.
Make smaller games.
Yeah.
There's 81 employees at Hazelight, and I'm sure maybe they contract out, to other, but still, like their track record, they have 3 games, and like I'm not saying they're perfect 10 out of 10 games, but like they're
it's a good
solid.
point. I think a lot of people are wondering if they're going to get bought by somebody, or if somebody's going to come give Joseph like the bag, like, hey, come run EA Studios for us, like come do what you're doing.
They should just keep doing what they're doing, and I think more people should follow what they're doing because solid.
I have been touting that for a while with any AA studio. If you like what they're doing, support them.
All of the what was I gonna say? Like the way that you play the game, like the controls and everything, like it feels good, the flow is good, it teaches you like in a way that makes really sense. Each level I'm like, whoa, like that's pretty cool. So like, this is one of my up theres for this year.
Nice. That's very good. It's very good to hear.
Yeah. I appreciate
I want more people to make smaller games.
I appreciate hearing Rebecca talk about this game because one of the things that reviewers have been saying about Split Fiction is the game is fun, but the story is kind of bland and hokey.
It's fine. Like I think it's better than It Takes Two was in that regard. Like it was very obvious, really. I think it was very obvious right off the bat, like who the villain was, where the story. Like I would say the story's predictable. Like it's very predictable, but like I think the characters, like the 2 characters that you play as, like it kind of makes up for that. The dialogue between them. Like it's literally that very classic, like they're kind of stuck together. They're very 2 polar opposite, different personality types. They're forced to work together. Like it's not doing anything new, like drastically brand new or anything, but like I think it's still really enjoyable. And because both of the characters are, and this is coming to Switch, by the way, so this is related to Switch 2. So this is related to Nintendo Shack. The 2 characters, because they are both writers and you're kind of going back and forth between the one girl's stories, which are all fantasy stories, and the other girl's stories, which are all
sci-fi,
like sci-fi stories. And they have different stories that they've written over the course of their life that they're going back and forth and revisiting. Like there was one that it kind of did what I wish the Plucky Squire did, where it was all like hand drawn type of, they were like going through the sketchbook and like different things were happening as they turned the pages and whatnot. And it just was open to a lot of different types of things because of that story. It's very cool. I like it.
You make me want to play it now.
You should.
Now
I think it's worth it. But like all those times that I see people on like Reddit or TikTok where they're like asking for game suggestions for them and their non-gaming significant other, and everyone's like, "Oh, It Takes Two is a co-op game you should play." No, like it's not. Like I wouldn't say it's incredibly difficult.
It requires
but, like,
2 gamers.
Yes.
You have to be
like there have been
a controller
multiple times where like we've both died and like had to start over, but like it also isn't very punishing when you do die. Sure. Like it doesn't, like there's lots and lots of like what are they called, like save, like checkpoints, so you never feel bad for like dying. Like it doesn't set you back much. Oh, good. Me too.
So good. I've got new grinder. I got new frothers this week. I'm like,
ooh,
it's really nice.
I love frother. I should use mine more.
Shout out to G-Man, who mentioned he was playing Wario Land. I did not mention I also have been playing Wario Land on NSO this week. No, I had no reason why. I came across the icon. I was like, what's in here?
But I think you broke me.
Oh, no.
Some of the things you were saying I'm starting to see. And one of the things that annoyed me was there are some chapters that are unnecessary long as hell.
They're pretty
it's like they're padding the game for no reason. Like, why is this so long? Why is this like fetch questing? Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Let me just go back and do other things.
I really like the game. I still think it's probably my game of the year, but again, not the best on the list yet. I have a lot more games that I think I have more anticipation for, and I wonder where it sits by the end of the year. You know, I hope that I hope games are better. But Doom Dark Ages is really like the actual gameplay loop of Doom, really good. Like really good. It's like all the ancillary stuff that's kind of on top of it. You're like, eh.
Yeah. It feels like this should be a 15-hour game. And it feels like it's longer than that.
Tried to get my Korak cardigan from the San Francisco Nintendo store, but they were out of my size, and the only size left was an extra large, and it wasn't even a reasonable extra large. It was huge.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to send him the link because I don't want Yarden to just bully Garrett into joining. But if you want to join, let me know and I will send you the link.
No,
Yarden's bullying works.
That's up to Garrett. Yarden, it's up to Garrett. If he wants to join, he can join. It's an
bully
open.
Yarden. Sometimes bullying works.
Garrett has an open invite.
Guys, I have a question for everybody, including listeners.
Okay.
Did anybody get or are planning to get the Fantasy Life Girl Who Steals Time?
Nope.
No.
Because some of my friends got it on Switch, and then they're going to do the upgrade to Switch 2. But I was thinking,
all shows went to one PSVG feed. So a little hard to do. So my math may not be 100% accurate because we've migrated the podcast feed, I think 3 times since then. But I went and tried to count every Shaq specific episode on the master feed to add to this since the Switch 1 announcement. And what I came up with is 392 Switch era episodes. Beyond our Christmas breaks that we've taken, we've never missed a week. We've never had a week where we couldn't do the show all together.
Wow.
I want to say minus, I think, that era with you and Garrett and Elaine. I think maybe you guys had skipped a week or two. But outside of that, we never missed another week in all that time. Which then got me thinking, how long has that time been? So I went and combed through the things and tried to date it.
You're good.
And that was 3,059 days ago, which accounts to 8 years, 4 months, 17 days of the Switch 1 era with the Nintendo Shack. And if you're wondering about Nintendo Shack in totality, that accounts to January 31st, 2015, our very first Shack-related content upload for 3,773 days, 10 years, 4 months. So
10 years of Shaq.
10 years of Shaq.
10 years.
So I thought that was a nice fitting way to just mark this milestone, right? This is a new era, new launch. They don't come around often. We've had 2 in the last 15 years. This is the 3rd. So big time. I wanted to say thank you to Caroline, to Jason, to Kevin, to Elaine, to Rebecca, to Delvin, to Bobby and Sean. And I mean, at this point, Mike Minotti and Jeff Grubb get multiple credits. So count them as frequent guesters and just appreciate everybody that's come through. I think everybody says this when they podcast. Definitely when we started this podcast, I 100% can let you know, never ever expected to be doing this long.
For 10 years.
Goodness gracious. Where did the time go?
How old were you 10 years ago?
It's very different. Let me tell you, when you go back and everything's different. The logos are bad. The intro music is bad. The production's terrible. I'm much skinnier. Like everything is bad.
Yes.
The wall behind me is bland. Nothing's there. It's just the wall. Like everything has changed. It's kind of crazy.
I podcasted from 3 or 4 different locations from moving apartments and stuff. My parents' house. I started listening to Shaq when I was driving to and from grad school, and now I'm 6 years into my career.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
7.
Don't you feel old now, Donnie?
You do. I do. I absolutely do. 100%. You just go back. I used it for my daughter's graduation. I have our Switch unboxing video, which is terrible. It's got terrible audio. I tried to loop audio and it was terrible and awful. But it's younger me with both my children. And when I say children, I mean children.
They were toddlers.
Children. My daughter is there helping me with her big buck tooth and her big glasses, and she's a little kid, elementary school. and here we are today. And we've been doing this the whole time, and we've been playing on this handheld the whole time. I tell you about my villain arc where I went down, like, I'm going to get a Steam Deck, I'm going to get an Ally, only to come back to Old Faithful and be like, nah,
Yes.
Forgive me.
Yeah, you did a John Cena heel turn.
100% I did. Only to realize that, for all the power and frames and things that those offer, the experience is just not the same, which I think is very important in this moment for folks to remember, especially because immediately after the Switch releases, we're going to start seeing new things release and more things, and how much better it is and everything. And I just know in my conviction that I'm not being a fanboy. I ventured down that path only to come back.
Yes, because much like that heel turn, it probably wasn't worth it.
It wasn't. It was not.
Like, I'm coming back, y'all.
I'm coming back because the games aren't the same. The experience isn't the same. I don't want to play with a bunch of settings. I don't want to try to do. I tried to put GeForce Now on my Steam Deck this week, and it crashed the whole fucking thing. Like, I would just want to go to the shop, buy the game, and it play. The simplicity, the elegance that is Switch is still unmatched and honestly unchallenged. Like, it's unopposed. Nobody's close. Yeah. And I can't wait to kick off again with a new
I'm excited
console.
for it. It's going to be great, and I'm going to get it just in time because in a couple of weeks I'm going I'm not going out of the country. I'm going to the Virgin Islands, so I'll be taking
Perfect
my
time.
Which one or ones?
I don't know which one it is.
Hopefully it's not the same week we're both going. Hopefully it's not.
Can you find out?
I'll be on vacation the third week of July.
Oh, it is June.
You can win. You can win major points with my mom if it's a certain island.
I can tell you right now. I'm going on my own.
Are we trying to hook your mom up with Delvin? Like, what? Yeah. Where's this going?
Look at Rebecca.
Call me Dad.
She loves you, and if she
call me Dad,
I can't mess with married women. But if ever she gets a divorce, we can talk.
Hey, I mean, if it's out of the country, it's out of the country. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see. What is it?
Yeah, see, I told you.
Look.
She's retired now, but she wanted to retire there because we went there when I was like 6.
Back when the Switch one released.
Oh.
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. Okay, that's the other one we went to. We love all of them now. Nice. But yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful island. You will have the best time ever.
Yeah, apparently, things were happening in this country and prices were really cheap to get there. I think my tickets were like $200 there and back.
Wow.
Yeah. I should have looked into that.
Like,
we're going to Myrtle Beach in July. Yeah. Well, I'm very I can't tell you how excited I am because our last vacation, as you guys know, was a disaster. Mm-hmm. So we haven't been on a vacation in what feels like 5 or 6 years. And let me tell you, we're doing this one. Like, I'm saving. I've got money to blow. Like, we're doing it. So
nobody's allowed to get
really
sick.
Absolutely not. Don't screw this up.
I want to go back to Jamaica so badly. I went there when I was a teenager twice. Long story. That's another show. But
no, that's this show.
different episode. We'll
bring it back to
that story
after we get into the Switch 2 and all that stuff. Because
that's there's a really good story behind it. So yeah. But let's keep talking video games.
We had folks ask us questions pertaining or mentioning the Shack. So I wanted to cover those because Delvin may not make it to the end of this episode. So I at least wanted to pull those out. And we'll do those now. So Super Meta Boy writes, it's the end of an era. So first, thanks for your hours of amazing Switch One chat over the years. Looking forward to many more with you. Secondly, what would you love the day one patch to be? And what do you think it'll actually be? And it says third, all the best with your pre-orders and have an amazing Switch 2 release. So we haven't got really into the news yet, but there's Switch 2s in the wild, but they are effectively bricks because you can't do anything with them until there's this patch. Which Nintendo said that's why reviewers weren't getting review units, which I think everybody was like, sure, but that seems to pan out. So there are maybe some hopeful optimism out there that this patch does something. Do you guys share that?
Nah, I think it's just going to switch.
Prevent early ones.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. It would be cool if it had theme, but
I don't think that's something they would make it a secret feature.
I feel like maybe that's like a post-launch kind of like a boost.
It'll be cool if they give you like a thank you message when you hit the Switch, like, "Hey, thank you for supporting us and being here." Something like a cool
You just
intro.
watched a nostalgic video. And they hit us with that Pokemon like hot thing, showing little Victoria grow up with a Switch in her hands. I'm like, oh,
Switch
it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm very interested they went this path for a couple reasons, but mainly like it just sounds like a customer service nightmare. You're trying to account for everybody has internet, and like, what if they don't? And then what if they can't figure it out? And then
the
they're
eShop's
going
gonna crash.
Yeah. I was also wondering, like, a lot of people are like, rest in peace servers. I also wonder if the patch is on the console, but it has to have like a check to start. Like if it's looking for a date or something, it's trying to verify. Like, can we?
Or
do
not
it?
a
It's
date,
yeah,
but like
go
they
ahead and run
push
it.
a button, and because they have updates to things that don't require a download.
Right. Yep. So I was wondering if there's something like that that's on the system, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. That's what we're all hoping. Everything goes smoothly. So, but we will see. We will
Ideally, everything goes smoothly. Nobody's console gets bricked or anything like that.
Yeah.
It would be wonderful. Dark, light, and red.
Because I think a lot of people underestimate the power of word of mouth advertising and like the
100%.
FOMO aspect,
Especially social media's world, because people don't visit websites anymore. They're not websites to go to. It's social media. So you want that talk.
I know this would never happen. No, it would be cool if you launch your Switch 2 and it just gives you Super Mario Brothers. It's just on the Switch. Like,
That would be awesome. That'd be cool.
Or-
I think
there would be people complaining, why is this old ass game on my Nintendo Switch 2?
I was gonna say Mario Paint with a mouse. Like if it's just
that would be
on the
cool
thing.
too. I was thinking the Super Mario Brothers or Mario Paint would be cool, or just the original Legend of Zelda. Like, here you go.
PG Family Outlets. You've been my main go-to for weekly video game news and entertainment. Thanks again. I hope everyone has an amazing launch week.
Yeah.
You too, Yarden. Thank
Yarden.
you.
Even though you're a piece of shit.
What?
How dare you? How dare you? Hey, you put some respect when you talk about Keanu Reeves, okay? Keeping on with the news, as we mentioned, there are Switch 2s in the wild, so I'm not even going to try to. Vlad and Artem are these Russians. They have a gaming podcast. They have gotten Switch 2s early. They have a podcast, and the name in Russian translates to Butts and Culture.
Love it.
So, Delvin, you might want to try to guess. You want to go be a guest?
Nah. I don't think I'm going on that podcast.
They've talked about how they were able to get one early. Apparently, they bought them from a seller in Dubai for $800 to get a Switch 2 early.
That's crazy. They spent that and they can't even play anything.
You can't even do anything. But yeah, they did it for all the clout, and it's like all you get to do is be like, I unbox it. It's like, yeah, we already saw that though. We saw that before they announced it. We saw the unboxings. We saw the unboxings back.
Maybe
in
they'll
September.
get monetized.
Now you can see us unbox it.
So as we talked about, since they're out there, there are some things you can turn the console on. What we have learned is the only themes that are on the console right now before the patch are black and white, dark and a light mode. I believe they've been renamed. HDR calibration does exist in handheld mode, so you can calibrate the screen. The firmware listed is firmware version 19.0. The available storage on the unit is 249 gigs. They're reserving 6 gigs for internal storage. And the game share and other features do not work without a day one update, and I can append that. Switch 1 games don't work on the console without a day one update. And then this is not yet confirmed, so this is rumor that's coming around via these people that claim to have one. But apparently somebody tried to use the MIG switch and or jump and see if they could hack it like the Switch, and it immediately bricked.
Oop.
The console immediately bricked itself. So without video evidence, I can't confirm it. But if you have a MIG switch and you bought, like, be careful.
Don't use it.
I wouldn't. At least until you get confirmation of this rumor being true or false. I wouldn't mess with it because apparently, they've tried to close those
Didn't
loops.
this come out? I heard the story too. It came out of play testers who were able to like have the Switch for a time or whatever,
I didn't
and
see
then
that
like
at
quality
the hands-on
testers
events.
or something like that. And then they had to they were out of the test program, and I think they had to pay Nintendo like for the damages or something.
Wow. Jules says the console sounds unhackable. Jules, nothing's unhackable. They'll find a way. Life finds a way. But what it does sound like is Nintendo went out of their way to try and make sure that the old methods no longer work.
Yes.
I'm sure you can tear the console apart and find a way in at some point.
Which I saw people complaining about this. I don't think it's right for people to be hacking it and getting free games on day one. Like,
yeah, no, I think this is a part of it. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong. This is a part of it. If you want to hack your system, then you run this risk. This is with everything.
Part of the game.
That's a part of the game. If you want to hack it and try to pirate things, well, then you might break a console or 3. Like, that's a part of it. That's the risk that comes. That's why everybody doesn't do it. Otherwise, everybody would just hack everything. Like, it's not supported. But generally, I agree with you, Rebecca. I've never hacked a console until it was like essentially like out of print, like out of circulation. So I'm not looking to do this or anything like that, but it'll be interesting to follow it. I'd be interested in seeing how long it takes them to do it. Like, are we talking 3 or 4 years in they finally do it? Or are we talking like 2 months from now? They're like, they did it.
I think it'll be years.
That's interesting. We'll see. Some Switch 2 tidbits. There's a bunch. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake are coming to Switch 2 as a game key card. This is interesting because you can buy the same game on Switch 1 actually on a cartridge and use that cartridge on your Switch 2.
Do you have to pay an upgrade? Is there an upgrade?
I think it's the same fee for all different versions of it. Yeah, I think it's the same price. I think. I might be mistaken on that one. I don't think the Switch 2 version has any enhancements. I think it's just better because it runs on Switch 2.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people in the comments and stuff going, I'm just going to buy the Switch copy.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I do
That's like
as well.
you $40, then you pay $20 for the upgrade fee. Better than paying $80 or saving $20.
Yeah. There were rumors going around there might be a reverse mode in Mario Kart, as characters have been spotted racing in reverse in Japan-only advertisement for the new game. People are noticing the track and they're going the wrong way. So maybe in addition to racing the courses, maybe you can flip them and go backwards, kind of Yoshi's Crafted World style.
That's cool.
Reverse.
So like not mirror mode, but like backwards mode.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you go back. Okay. Yeah.
Shinin, the developers behind Fast Fusion, have announced that day one there is a quality mode for 4K 60 FPS via patch. So you can play this game at 1080p 60, 1440p 60, 4K 60, all on your Switch, like however you want to play it. Got your grid, you've got where the blocks fall. Imagine the grid area behind where the blocks are is just your face. And the grids, the blocks are falling like on top of your face. That's how they're doing the camera in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. Is that you can, if you're playing versus mode, you can actually see the people you're playing against as the cameras in the game.
Okay, yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah.
That is cool.
I'm excited to try out my camera. That's one of the few things I'm going to be doing before I really get into games is pull out that camera. If it gets here on time. We'll see.
Happy for you.
Nintendo says it has identified no issues after performing basic compatibility testing on around 75% of the more than 15,000 third-party Switch titles. So a lot of those games should work. The notable ones that don't are apps for some reason, like Hulu and Crunchyroll. Apparently those aren't going to work. I saw them like they were omitted in the blogs and stuff. It'd be interesting to see if they're patched soon or ahead of time. I've never really used those on my Switch. I do use YouTube occasionally, so that'd be like the only one I pretty care about. We haven't really talked about that. Do you guys want, I want entertainment apps. Like I want more app support on Switch too, especially because it has a better screen on it. Like I would actually look to use that.
I would use it if it did.
Yeah.
Like I know I have like 10 other ways to watch those things, but I would still use it. Like it's just convenient sometimes.
Yeah,
I would love to be able to like download videos via Netflix,
can I say
or Amazon
something?
or something.
Sure, you're on a podcast.
I think we should be able to watch Nintendo Directs from the Switch live.
Yes,
can't you do that? I thought they did that. Via
No,
the Nintendo channel.
you can't. Nope.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think I've seen people do that. Like I've seen people do that
live, like while it's airing.
I think so. Yeah, I think on the Nintendo channel, like they embed a YouTube player and you can click on it. I think that's a thing.
Really?
Maybe I'm not. That I think that's a thing.
They should have it where you just like there's an app that be on your screen that just comes up like
that's the Nintendo channel. I get what you're saying, but like I think that's kind of what they want the Nintendo channel to be. It's just flooded with so much stuff nobody ever like uses it for that.
Okay.
Oh.
Nobody looks at that app.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody does look at that app. Ignore you.
No. That's a if you can't find it and you're a Nintendo fan, that's a valid thing.
Correct.
Clearly they're not doing it correctly.
Yeah. Let's see here. I forgot where we are. Yeah, they updated the N64, so all the things we know, they showed that off in the Nintendo Today app.
Is anyone else going to use the CRT filter?
Yes. 100%.
Because I saw a thing that was like, anyone who uses that is stupid. And I'm
what?
like,
Who said that?
Who said that?
Block them immediately. Who did that? Was that Yarden?
No.
Yeah.
That was Yarden. You let us know.
No, it wasn't Yarden. No.
I knew it, Yarden. You piece of shit, Yarden.
Delv and I were thinking the same thing. Was that Yarden? You let us know if that was Yarden. 100% I'm using the CRT filter. That's amazing.
Out here catching strays.
You get to use the, are you going to remap the controls or use an actual 64 controller? I have a 64
I'm going to
controller,
try to,
so.
I'm going to use, well, maybe I will.
The remappable controls are important for 64 because
every time I want to play an N64 game on my Switch, my controller's never charged.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Makes sense. Yeah, the basic layout for controls on N64 NSO are garbage. Where it's like, hold the triggers and press the button, and hold this trigger and press. I was like, no, that's nonsense. So that's an important one. The Switch app was updated. So now the Nintendo Switch app, previously the online app, we're still waiting for things to unlock, but the new update lets you view your friends' profiles and receive optional notifications whenever they come online. This is where you'll be able to see your game chat invite notifications. We now know that the screenshot management on Switch 2, it'll automatically upload your 100 most recent uploads, and they will stay there for 30 days, in which they'll automatically be deleted.
Love that. So, that's the best feature ever.
So much better.
Wait,
pause.
Zelda
Notes is viewable, but you can't use it yet.
I found the tweet, and I'm not. Nobody who knows who this person is, but I'm not going to say their name anyway.
Shame them.
Shame these people publicly.
They said, "Shout out to all the CRT filter sickos. I love you, but you should all be in prison."
Oh, I love being called a sicko. Never mind. I'll allow it. I love it. Yeah. We represent the CRT sicko gang.
Yes.
Gang, bitch.
Yeah, the screenshot thing is huge. I will use that all the time.
We learned about Switch 2 cartridge types. So there's like little codes on all the cartridges. B dash numbers and whatever. That means it's a Switch 2 only cartridge. If it's LP, it's a game key card. If it's LN, that means that card will work on both Switch 1 and Switch 2.
Okay.
So you can pop the card in both systems and play off of the cartridge.
So there's no cartridges that are...
Yeah. Those would be like the new red cartridge that you can use on Switch 1. So... Yarden says, say their name and blocking them. Yeah, Yarden, we know. Don't try to cover it up now.
Yeah, we know.
We know you're a part of this somehow.
L.A.
L.A.
Los Angeles?
I don't know what that stands for.
L.A. Night.
There it is. CRT Sicko Gang. Love to see it. Target, GameStop, Costco, and Staples all confirm Switch 2 availability for purchase on launch day. These systems are everywhere. Like... I continue to be in awe of like how much day one support we have for the Switch 2 launch. Like this thing,
I appreciate
it. They really have gone out of their way to hopefully quell as much demand as you could probably do. I don't think we've ever seen a launch where there's still so much availability. I saw pre-orders go up yesterday.
Yeah, they're like, we got it in stock. Like, come get it.
I saw something. Was this a thing? Yeah. Apparently, Books A Million is selling Amiibo. I was like, what? There was a stock alert for Unobo was like, come to Books A Million. We've got that Amiibo for your Switch 2 launch. Nintendo's selling shit everywhere. I'm waiting for like stuff to pop out of vending machines or some shit. Like, we got you.
You can get a new Harry Potter book, or you can get an Amiibo.
An Amiibo.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we already talked about. Oh no, we didn't talk about this. Never mind. There's an unconfirmed rumor. I love this so much. This is such a Delvin-ass story. A data miner looking through the files of the recently updated WWE 2K25 on Steam found files added to the PC version revealing that the Nintendo Switch 2 may support custom soundtracks of some kind in the game. This means you could choose your own music for entrance themes. Now, that's interesting because Nintendo Switch doesn't have any custom music at all. Like the Switch Music app isn't on Switch 1, right? You can't play that app on the Switch, right? It's just your phone. And there's no like Groove Music or Spotify or iTunes. There's none of that.
Wait a second. Didn't they say that the Nintendo Music app was going to be coming to the Switch? Did that ever happen?
I always thought it did, but I don't think it happened. I don't think that's a thing yet.
I forgot that they definitely 100% said that, didn't they?
Don't let me look it up just in case.
Don't let me make custom music.
Did I make that up?
My wrestling character.
I have no idea. I've not followed the Nintendo music. I thought so. I thought that was the whole point. I remember when it was announced, I remember being like, why isn't this on the Switch? Like, why do you have to use your phone?
Yeah.
So anyway, the long short of it is there's now speculation, some credible speculation to think that maybe you'll be able to customize your own entrances with some sort of music, which makes everybody, like all the headlines are mentioning Nintendo music. So I created a video yesterday of The Rock coming out to Zelda Gerudo song.
Yes, fantastic video.
It was very good.
I tried to make one of I made one of Cena coming out to the Mario Brothers theme. I just didn't think it was as funny.
The one that you did was good.
So the question is, Delvin, do you want this? Do you want a Nintendo do you want to Larmo your wrestling entrances?
I don't want to use Nintendo themes. I want to use like regular music.
I just want like it's so it's so unhinged. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I want to believe it, but I'm gonna let you. I don't believe this. I don't think.
I don't think so. Because if I don't give me the aux cord, because I'm gonna have wrestlers come out to crazy music. I'm gonna have The Rock coming out to Tip Drill.
I'm here for like the nonsense clip shenanigans of like having Bray Wyatt come out to like Kirby music or some shit.
Yes,
like I'm here for that.
Yeah,
That's just crazy enough to make awesome. Like that makes me want to buy WWE 2K if it's real. I just don't think it's real. I think the data miner is looking at files and trying to extrapolate something out of it. I don't think it's a thing.
Would be fun though.
But that would be a system seller. Like that'd be a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
Like now you can like it reminds me a lot of like you remember when the Switch 1 launched and they were like you can get Link's armor in Skyrim. Like that's kind of what it reminds me of. You know? Like I want to see the Miz come out to like the Smash Brothers theme or some shit. It's so stupid. Like I really want it to be true. You know? I have like a princess. I want like Mario Kart 8 music and like have the Undertaker slowly walk out. I like it. It's so funny. As Kyle says, Gerudos are the Samoans viral.
That is correct.
That's true.
That is very correct.
Man. Let's see here. Let me go through more chats. John says, it was just at GameStop in Canada. A solid quarter of the shelves were cleared within it. The Switch 2 banners. Yeah, it's all happening. This is legit. This is real. We're in the end game now.
Yeah, we're almost there. I'm excited. I keep looking at my phone because I keep getting notifications from Walmart and Target, and they keep like fucking lying. Like, hey, do you want to order some tomatoes or some shit? Like, fuck off. Tell me.
Don't. Keep my name out your mouth. Yeah. Don't contact me until you've got Switch 2 news to share.
Until you're telling me my Switch has shipped. Don't be sending me like, hey, you're low on batteries. No, fuck you.
I have 3 days of work to get through, and it's like it's a really good thing, but like the last two, like Tuesday, Wednesday, are like full blown work day, like all day, maybe 9 or 10 hour, like big days. But then I'm free. I have 7 uninterrupted days of Switch, and I don't plan on doing a bunch of podcasts or trying to I'm playing games. Like I'm off to play. So I'm going to try to do that. Like I part of me is like not too worried because I'm going to be able to look through everything eventually, like by the time PSVG records a week later, but like probably more disconnected from Summer Games Fest than I think maybe I've ever been. Like I'm not watching all those shows.
Let's keep it 100. Summer Games Fest has been killed by the Switch 2.
Yeah, well, I don't think that. I think there are a lot of people who are excited for that, but I'm just not one of them.
I don't see the people excited for it. I see the people excited for Switch 2, and after Switch 2, they're like, all right, let's see what's.
That's the Shaq effect. That's because you're in Shaq world now.
Probably.
If you were to go back to your old life, you'd see tons of people excited for Summer Games Fest because they're dying for a game to play. All your PlayStation, they're like, please give us a video game.
And PlayStation's like,
no.
We're giving you games. They're the Xbox games. Didn't we just give you Forza?
You have an Xbox. Headline. Front Mission 3 Remake launches June 26th for $35. Do you want to get that?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Front mission games are pretty good.
Aren't these remakes? I feel like this is the third one. They did the first two. Weren't they like not good?
I don't know.
I thought they were not good.
I wanted to get the first one, but I heard it wasn't good. But I definitely think I'm going to try it.
Yarn, I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to do Shaq normal. Unless these two want to change their minds. Like, I'm off, so I'm free, but I see it differently. The impressions will stay the same. Like, I don't think our impressions are going to change from Thursday to Sunday. But if we do it on Sunday, I think we'll have more time to take everything in.
Correct.
As we're all trying to do everything, as opposed to trying to cram it in immediately. I appreciate that you'd like to hear us as soon as possible. But here's the thing. Every YouTube channel in the sun will have a YouTube video about their Switch 2 thoughts as soon as possible. So,
also, to be fair, we might not, we don't know if all three of us are going to get it on that launch day.
That's also true. Yeah, but like I want to play. I want to really, really sink in and play some stuff and then come talk.
I feel like by Sunday, all three of us should have one.
I hope so.
Yeah, ideally.
It'd be criminal if we don't.
Yeah.
Or three of them don't get any of them. That would be just disastrous. Yeah. But yeah, I want some time. Like I'm really about to play like 30, 40 hours of Breath of the Wild. And I'll find some time to get a couple hours of Mario Kart in there. I'm going to take Ridge Racer for a spin. I'm going to do Welcome Tour. So like next week when we come back, I don't even know if we'll do news or anything. Like we may just talk about playing Switch 2 and just put everything off. I'm sure we'll have Summer Games Fest. So I'm sure there'll be games being announced for Switch 2.
We'll probably have some Switch news in there.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have some ports.
Switch 2 stuff that's coming out and stuff that got announced.
Xbox, you never know.
Because I imagine the launch week, we're probably going to get some news and stuff. Hey, this is going to be coming on Switch 2 as well.
It would make sense if you're a developer out there and you're doing something. It would make sense to get some stuff out there like that.
Yeah, it's launched now, so we can finally announce our game's gonna also be on Switch too.
I still I know it's a fool's hope, but like, I'm very hopeful that Metal Gear gets announced. Like it's coming to Switch. That would be great. I have less hope, but still hopeful that like maybe Mafia could do the same. I don't think so, but like it'd be nice.
I think Mafia could make a jump.
I do too. I do too. It's like I would like to hear about those ports ahead of release, but it looks like it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Pokemon Legends ZA released October 16th. There's a Pokemon Present Showcase set for July 22nd. If you buy the Switch copy, it's $60. Buy the Switch 2 copy, it's $70. So don't have to worry about an update there. The update is baked in.
Okay.
That's our October game. So that's the big one, right? I'm getting it. I'll be there.
I don't know if I'll be there.
Are you going to wait and see?
Yeah, I'll wait to hear what everybody else says about it.
I think that's fair. It's smart. But like this is the new system, right? This is the one it's gonna run better. They showed us it's
gonna believe that at all.
You're like, no. Shame. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Don't believe that even a little bit.
Rebecca, we were just talking about Legends ZA. Now it's for October. We're getting a Pokemon Present Showcase and then the game's prices.
I'm not 100% sold on that game.
Okay, so it's both of you. Both of you.
Welcome to the party, Rebecca.
I will be there. I will be there October 16th.
Donnie will be
Pokemon.
there.
I'm in.
And then we'll hear next week Donnie complaining.
That's okay.
I think
That's
Josh
what I do.
is buying
That's okay.
it, so if I don't, I might share with him.
I felt very happy yesterday hanging out with the crew. Brendan, Sleepy Game, Brendan was we were playing ARMS and Mario Kart and stuff. And at some point, we were talking about like hating and just general being like,
hate
a hater. And I was like, yeah, and somebody called me a curmudgeon. And they're like, yeah, Donnie, don't be a curmudgeon. And Brendan goes, oh, I like that about Donnie. He's like, I love Donnie being a curmudgeon. I was like, aw, I appreciate it. I have a shtick.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe I'll do that, but we'll see. I'm rooting for it. I want to like Pokemon again. It's been too damn long.
Yeah.
New Horizons was updated, and then happy 10th to Splatoon. If you want to feel old.
Wait. You can't just glaze over New Horizons updated.
Whoa.
Why
what
not?
does that mean? What?
That's why I glazed over it, because it doesn't mean much. New Horizons got updated, and I think in the patch notes it said all the normal stuff, stability and whatnot. It said that it made multiplayer across Switch 2, Switch 1 more compatible or something. Yeah, there's nothing there to really talk about, which is why I didn't write much down. Yeah.
Nothing to glaze there.
I needed to run faster. I will be doing a time test on day 1.
Yeah, they did not mention anything about load time. They did nothing. There's nothing about that at all. They were like, Switch 2 players can play with Switch 1 players. I was like, great. Wow, thanks, guys. Nobody even thought that wouldn't work. It's like, we all thought that would work. It's supposed to be compatible. I guess we didn't even realize that was on the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy 10th of Splatoon. 10 years of Splatoon, guys.
Wow.
I appreciate that, Garrett.
There's NSO music. Splatoon was added to the music app, and you can get new icons, and they released a commemorative wallpaper you can download for your computer or something.
I know that the way that Melissa is about like her complaining and then having fun doing it. I think that's me and Splatoon. Like I hate Splatoon, but I love Splatoon. Yeah. I love to complain about it. 10 years, like that was like the one game that I feel like I am allowed to have like hipster status for because I was there. Launch day, launch morning, lining up. I can always say that about that franchise before it got popular. That's my day 1 game. Like I was there. I was
Garrett
there on
said
the front
lines.
Him a link. Yes.
I missed it, Garrett. My apologies. Let me get you that link. Splatoon.
You was over there too busy glazing over stuff, Donnie.
Splatoon. I was looking for it here. I thought he wasn't here. Yeah, I mentioned it yesterday. 10 years of Splatoon. Like, I love that Splatoon happened. I think we all have, like, I would say minor gripes with it. Like, I need Splatoon to do something else. You know, like when they announced Splatoon 4, I need something, I don't know, I need something new. It's like, I've been playing it for so long. But I don't want that to detract or distract from how important I think Splatoon was. Splatoon was like the Wii U's game. And I know that the Wii U had great games and that they went on, like Mario Kart went on to sell I get it. But the Splatoon was like, I feel like, and maybe this is incorrect, I feel like it was the first game when I had a Wii U where I was like, no, you need a Wii U because of this. It felt new. It felt innovative. It was fresh. And people complain, and they still do, but even then I think it was worse. People complain about, Nintendo games, their franchises of games, like, oh, we're going to keep playing Mario, play the same Zelda, play. Splatoon was new, and that hit. And it was a shooter, and it was kid-friendly, and I've played so many hours of Splatoon. I think that's why I was like how I am with Splatoon 3. I feel the exact same way about Mario Kart 8. If they're playing Mario Kart 8 yesterday, like, Donnie, you want to play? I'm like, I can't play Mario Kart 8 anymore. It's like I've eaten all the Mario Kart 8 I can eat. Like, I can't do it. That's how I feel about Splatoon. I've been playing Splatoon for 10 years. I just need them to shake it up a bit. Don't change everything, just shake it up. I need a refresh.
Different modes or different
something. Yeah. I don't even know what it is, but just do something.
I feel like they tried to do that a little bit with having 3 teams for like Splatfest instead of 2, but like just it wasn't enough. Like it wasn't better. It wasn't different enough. Like it wasn't what it needed.
You know what I want? This is not what I want for like mainline Splatoon. This is just a thing that I have in the back of my head. I want a pixel art version of Splatoon in some way.
Oh, that would be
that'd be fun.
I don't know what. Side scroller, something. I don't know what, but I need a pixel art version.
Nintendo doesn't do pixel art anymore. When's the last pixel art game they made?
Splatoon just feels like it's ripe for it. You know, if I see like you see like River City Girls, and then you go like, oh man, Splatoon could crush. Like it could be so good like this.
Sea of Stars.
It's got all the colors and stuff. Like it just, man, it would be good. But yeah, I need something to get me going with Splatoon again.
2D platformer.
I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure I'm going to say that they're going to announce Splatoon 4. It's going to be Splatoon 3.5. And guess what? I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to buy it. But yeah.
Splatoon RPG. Let's go, baby.
Something. That gets us to questions. So maybe we can get out of here.
Yeah, we have 30 minutes with Delvin, and maybe Garrett's hopping on too.
Maybe we can make it.
All right. Chat questions directly from you, starting off with Kyle the Pug.
Fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
All right. Despite the franchise's ups and downs, he asks, what are your top 3 favorite Pokemon moments that you've enjoyed during the Switch 1 era?
I love it.
Well, my number 1 is Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Number 1.
Yeah. I love those games. I think they're great. I think they're good for people who want to get back into Pokemon. They're good for people who are old Pokemon fans like me.
Yeah.
And remember, he's saying moments. It's not necessarily your top 3 games.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes. My number 2. I'm gonna be funny, but I'm gonna say it. Let's go, baby. The Detective Pikachu game and movie.
The movie counts. That's during the Switch 1 era.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
was
movie
good.
for how good it is, and the game for how bad it is.
I still gotta try that. I bought the game and I've never played it.
And then also my Detective Pikachu amiibo has to go on there because I love that thing. Just big, unwieldy amiibo. It's just straight up a Nintendo statue at this point. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And now my number 3. That's gonna be the hard part because them games ain't. I have not liked any of those new games at all. You know what? I like that they are doing other things with the Pokemon franchise, like the new shows and all this stuff. They finally like, let's get the fuck up out of here. You know, I like that they're bringing Pokemon to a new generation. I may not like what they're doing with the new Pokemon games, but at least I see that younger people in the next generation has their version of Pokemon that they like. Whether I like it or not is different.
Okay, I have my 3.
Let's go.
They're not in any particular order. I gotta also say Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, because that was very fun and cute and nostalgic and fresh at the same time. Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap. I know that's not yours, Donnie. I know that will never be your answer, but I love that game. I had a blast. I reviewed it early. It was amazing. For me, it was what I wanted. And then also kind of a more specific point to what you said, Delvin, this specific show, because normally I don't watch the shows anymore. I'm not really into, the other media besides the games. I really enjoyed Pokemon Concierge.
I like that show. It's good. It's really good. Very different.
I want to say number 3. I think was Pokemon Snap's announcement. I don't think I've popped harder for an announcement. Like I never forget. Yes. I was watching the direct. I don't remember what year it was, but I think we're at a place where like Switch was just kind of keeping along. So like I went into that direct not exactly expecting much. Just sitting on the couch with Jack. I'll never forget it. He was across the room sitting there. We're just watching. It's almost like background. Like we're listening. I'm retweeting things on my computer. Not really all that into it. And the fuck if that Pokemon Snap didn't come on, and I like it leaped out of the couch.
And it was like just the sign.
Like,
it was like under construction. Like it was just very barely.
Jack was like, "What the? What is wrong with you?" I was like, "You have no idea." Like Pokemon, it was so far out of left field. I was so excited.
Yeah.
My second one is, oh God, I feel like people roll their eyes at this, but I've talked about it since it came out, so I just want to hold it down. I really like Pokemon Quest, a lot. That game was really good. I played it for like 30 plus hours. Wow. I was really into it, and it's like free, and there's like little microtransactions. But I think I paid. Yeah, I've had this long-standing tradition when it comes to like free-to-play games. Like I make one purchase and then that's it, and I just play however long that can get me. I think I spent like $15 or $20 on Pokemon Quest, and then played it for 30 or 40.
That's worth it. That's very worth it.
Had a blast. Really like that game. Still do. Like every now and again I get either nostalgic for Pokemon. That's the game I go to. I don't go to Scarlet and Violet or anything. Like I go and play Pokemon Quest for a little bit and get my fill. And then my number 1 would be Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah. And I want to add, to me, I don't think it was so much the game. I think the moment was Pokemon Go. Let's Go got me into playing Pokemon Go because I got the Pokeball. And what I remember about Let's Go is I definitely played it, beat the campaign, played it with Jack. We kind of played it together. But then what I remember is taking that Pokeball and we were going out to parks. and we were going out around town, and we'd find a Poke Center, and like we kind of got into Pokemon Go. I remember little Jack walking around the yard with the Pokeball and like my phone, like trying to do that type of stuff. That was a really cool crossover event for like both those games to kind of meet each other. So I think mission accomplished. That's definitely my favorite Pokemon moment of the Switch era.
It feels so long ago now, but I was very into Pokemon Go in its heyday. It came out in 2016, so
yeah, it's so far ago that you could almost be nostalgic for it.
Technically, it started before the Switch era, but it was very bare bones when it started, and it got very different over the next couple of years. So I think the bulk of when I played it was the first few years of the Switch 1 era, and I played a lot of it.
I had a very interesting. I had an interesting experience about Pokemon Go. Where about 2 years. So you said it was 2016. Yeah, about 2014. I was at a work conference in Denver, Colorado, and talking to some developers that I work with on the coding system that I work on, and they were knee deep in this game called Ingress. Which was the game that led to that
was popular when I was in college.
They were playing it and they were like, have you ever played this game? And they were like, they're traveling. They're like, you go to these portals. And I was like, that's neat. And then lo and behold, like I had no idea that would come back around like it did. But Pokemon Go was a whole fucking thing. Like it took over the world. Like you remember people running through Times Square and stuff? Like it was a whole thing.
To get a Snorlax. Yeah.
Remember we had to close down parks because people were trying to get out there in like the middle of the night. Like it was on the news.
Yeah.
Like that was Pokemon hysteria, like the 90s again. Like it that was a whole.
It was because it was so accessible to everybody. Like everyone had a phone.
And Let's Go was such a great opportunity to capitalize on that. It was so good that ever since Let's Go's come out, I think every year we've talked about a Let's Go sequel that never happened. We never got another Let's Go game.
I still think they should have done it in Johto.
Everybody wants Let's Go Johto. From the day it was announced, we all wanted Let's Go Johto.
I yearn for Johto. Like it has been so long.
Do it on Switch 2.
Please.
Yeah, but anytime.
Just do it, do it on Switch 2.
You didn't need Switch 2 to do it. Like we just wanted a sequel, and they just won't do it.
You didn't, but now Switch 2 will be a good time to do it. Like, hey, yo.
I remember we were doing Pokemon Let's Gold. Like Gold. Like I was, it prints itself, but they won't do it.
It's been so long since we've been back to Johto, and that is like, I know Gen 1 was where I started, but like Johto feels like home to me.
If and when I want to play a traditional Pokemon game right now, like on Switch, I'm playing Let's Go versus any of the other ones.
Yeah.
Me too.
I played Let's Go last year. I played Let's Go for like 5 or 6 hours before I tapped out.
I opened up the NSO, like all the apps. I was updating all my apps, and I was scrolling through all the games, like all the Game Boy games, all the Game Boy Advance games. I was like, it is really a shame that I can't boot this up and play Yellow or Crystal, or it's just a shame that they didn't do that.
Yeah. I still think they will. I think that's coming. Oh, there's a couple things I wrote this down. I didn't even do it. Last week we did our time capsule, and I had my little notepad up, and I didn't scroll down. And I forgot to mention my long-standing prediction. I think they're going to bring NSO to mobile phones. So I'd like to have that penciled in. I still think that's going to happen one day. And I think they're going to add Pokemon to NSO via a Pokemon app. Just like we have the Super Nintendo and the NES and the 64. I think it's going to be in a Pokemon-specific app.
That you have to pay $9.99 for.
100% it's going to come with a price increase. But I think that's happening. And that's going to go nuts. That'll go bonkers if they do it. That's the easiest way to raise the price.
Yeah.
And then
you think they would raise the price or have you pay a separate fee?
I think they would. I would rather them raise the price, but they could just do a second fee. But I would just raise the price. I would add it to the expansion pack and then raise the price of the expansion pack.
Yeah. Because then they can get more money from the people.
Everyone.
Yeah. From the people who don't have NSO.
Some people.
Yep.
And then if they were to cross over into mobile, if you could play Pokemon like Red and Yellow and Gold on your phone, if they come out with like one of these, I keep thinking, you look at these phone adapters that people put their phone, these controllers that you snap your phone into, that is such Nintendo shit, and I am shocked that they have yet to make one. Yeah, like How there isn't a Nintendo version of that is beyond me, because that is Nintendo shit, useless plastic.
Yep.
They are the kings of this, and they could make it. They could make an NES pad. They could make a Super Nintendo pad. They could do themes of pads, and they would sell like gangbusters. So that's the future I'm going to keep putting out there, and hopefully it comes into existence. I want NSO on iOS and Android with phone attachments, USB-C phone attachments made by Nintendo.
Where's Garrett? Why didn't he come?
Yeah, I don't know. I sent him a link. Maybe he walked away. Maybe I waited too long. I'll take the blame for this. Maybe he can come back next week when we all have Switch 2s.
True. Yeah.
Garrett, if you want to come back, be our special guest if you want.
Let's keep going. Gags asked us 3 questions, actually. Starting with, what was the biggest surprise to you from the Switch 1 era? Labo. They sold us cardboard.
That's a good one.
And it was good, too. Like, I legit had a blast with Labo. Labo was fun. And really, like, complex. Some of the Labo, I was like, I'm too dumb for this.
I didn't get it.
Like, the robot shit with the foot and the arm, like, in the backpack, you're like, oh, my God. What they had us doing with rubber bands and stuff was pretty incredible. But, like, the Shotgun Labo was legit fun. Like, I want to play Gears with Labo. Like, it was really good. The biggest surprise.
You know what? I got one. Mario Rabbids.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. That was a really good game.
The fact that not only the fact that it exists, but the fact that it was actually really good.
I really want to say Metroid Dread.
I was just gonna say Metroid Dread. I was just gonna say that. One.
I don't feel like maybe it's not the biggest surprise, but like how hard, like one, how good it was.
Yes.
It launched the OLED. Like how much focus they put on it felt abnormal. You know, like they really sold Metroid hard. Like they tried to make it a main thing.
And it wasn't just any 2D Metroid. Like
no, it was incredible.
It was the one
that was the surprise.
But also, it was the one that was originally planned for like 2006.
Yeah. So that's a really one. The other one, I mean, Snap legit surprised the shit. I never thought we'd see Snap ever again.
Yep. When it passed the Wii U era and didn't have it.
Snap was perfect for Wii U. Like exactly. Yeah.
Which Nintendo franchise can you believe didn't get an original game for the Switch One? I think he means can't you believe didn't get an original game? Star Fox.
That was
Does Star Fox count?
What do you mean?
We got Starlink.
That's not a Star Fox game.
But it is though.
It's a Star Fox game, but it's not a Star Fox.
I bought it. It is not a Star Fox game.
It comes with an R-Wing. It's in the box.
That doesn't matter.
He's on the box.
It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't, but I think it kind of does.
Okay, is Soul Calibur a Zelda game? It has Link in it. You gonna play as Link. It has him on box.
But it's not. It doesn't come like. Oh, I mean, I get it. Yeah, Jules took my answer. I was going to say like an original Donkey Kong game. I think is kind of a surprise. Like we had Mario versus Donkey Kong. Does that count as a Donkey Kong game? I don't think so.
I don't know. He's on the box.
Punch Out.
The difference being that in the Starlink, I played as Fox. I flew around space and shot shit. Like I played Star Fox.
Especially with the Joy-Con, like, man, that would have been good.
I will say this about Starlink. It made no sense that they made it for those other consoles because nobody gave a fuck about those characters.
Yeah, nobody did.
Like,
there was a whole this Toys to Life thing that they were just way too late on. But the Star Fox content was good.
That was the one people wanted to play. Like, hey. It's on it's on PlayStation 2. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Why would you play it here? Like, no. Do we get Star Fox here? No, you don't.
I recently bought a brand new copy of Starlink.
I have it somewhere around here. I know I got the Star Fox thing.
So you remember last Christmas I gave my nieces and nephews one of our old Switches for Christmas?
Yes.
Next Christmas I'm giving them Starlink. I have a brand new copy. I'm just going to buy this now and stash it.
Nice.
I'm going to give them Starlink with the Star Fox figures and everything.
That's great. Was it on clearance?
Yeah, I paid like $15 for the whole thing.
Yeah, because I will say a lot of those were on clearance, and I think now those prices are starting to go up.
I bet they will. Yeah, those R wings. Like we still have our original one too. I have 2 box copies of Starlink sitting over on my shelf.
Yeah. Great game, by the way. Starlink was good.
But yeah,
Really
Donkey
good.
Kong feels amiss considering we got Tropical Freeze and they did port it over, and like it's been around, right? Like we got Donkey Kong the expansion in Rabbids, and we got Donkey Kong versus Mario, but like and we got Donkey Kong and NSO and stuff, but we didn't get a Donkey Kong game for 8 years. We didn't get an actual Donkey Kong game.
That is surprising.
Whereas like Star Fox, Punch Out, they've consoles those come and go where we don't get those games.
Yeah.
But it's almost like every console gets Donkey Kong games, and
I need to look up another list here.
I feel like we could have got a cheap Punch Out game though. Like here's Punch Out,
dude,
for $30.
How Little Mac wasn't in ARMS makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
0.
Right?
They should have definitely added Punch Out stuff to ARMS. 100%. ARMS is really good. Watching those guys play yesterday, I was like, I gotta get in ARMS again. Like, man, I miss that game. I was so excited to see people enjoying it again. There's something about the game. I've said this 1,000 times, so I know I'm regurgitating myself, but the game needed more content. I understand that. We all played ARMS for a week, and we're like, it needs more. I get it. It's not a perfect game. But there are very few games that have you, like, wincing and, like, grinding your teeth, like, Very few games that do that as good as ARMS. Like, ARMS is king of that. Like, it really evokes that sort of risk-reward. Do I punch? Do I not punch? And I think it was pretty great. Successful IP out of the gate. Like, even ARMS itself is kind of a surprise. That, that came out and sold well. A few million copies. That's pretty big for a fighting game. So.
Gags, last question is the biggest miss from Nintendo for the Switch 1 era.
The biggest miss.
Switch Sports.
I can't hate that.
See,
was another surprise was that Imio game. You remember that? The art came out and we all thought they were making like this horror game and everything, chasing that forever.
Yeah.
But the miss is hard.
Mine wouldn't be on Nintendo. My misses were the ones like the games that were the ports that were just bad. Like Mortal Kombat 1 that I really wanted on Switch, and WWE. Like those like, oh, this shit work on Switch. Especially when you consider like games like The Witcher playing so well and Doom, like that was frustrating. But that problem should be solved with Switch too.
Yeah.
Trying to think here.
I want to say Yoshi. I think we did that last week, but Yoshi was a big miss for me.
You know what?
No themes. No themes.
Princess Peach Showtime would be it.
Yeah.
Especially considering it came out so close to Zelda. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
This is how it should be done.
For me, no themes.
Brilliant Diamond and Pearl was...
Oh, that was a big miss.
That was just a colossal... Like, even non-fans were like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. F2P Joe asks us,
play Joe.
What's one thing you want to find out about when you turn on your Switch 2? I'm going to load some Switch games to see if they run better on the Switch 2.
Sure.
I'm gonna get my stopwatch for Animal Crossing.
Is that your first thing you're doing?
No, it's not the first thing. The first thing I'm doing is playing Mario Kart.
There's a bunch of those. I'd like to play Bayonetta. I like to play Lollipop Chainsaw.
But I will do it day one. That is something I will do.
Is Josh dying?
He's been deathly ill. Yes. This actually...
Like, should we call an ambulance for him? I feel bad.
This sounds good for him, how he's been over the past week. He literally was on his deathbed.
She's like, hold up, I got to record this podcast.
I took an afternoon off from work to take him into urgent care, only to find out there's no urgent care in like a 50-mile radius that takes his insurance.
Jesus.
Wow.
So he's actually been dying. Like, he has not worked in a week.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Balan Wonderworld, that was a whole moment.
Ooh, yeah.
About that was.
I think that was not Switch. That was not Nintendo's miss, though. That was
it wasn't. But I just forgot all about that.
I did too. What a fucking awful game.
He has bronchitis.
He's dying.
Yeah,
he's like, help me. Becca's like, anyway, Pokemon was.
poor guy dying throughout the show. I'm starting to feel like bad. Like, what's going on over there?
Spots opening up, Delvin.
Someone else sound like Vader.
What else do you want to find out when you turn on your Switch 2?
I would love to know if that update does anything. That would be cool. That would be really cool if we can find that out.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if it was like a viral moment too. The update goes out and all of a sudden you start seeing tweets because we don't have reviews. Like
No.
we do not have reviews. That's a crazy
But
thing.
you would start seeing it on like Wednesday morning, afternoon
think.
from people in Japan and Australia.
Yeah, I do think we'll start getting a flood of things. I don't think that update's going to go out. I think it'll go out early because they're going to want to test it and everything. So I think we'll start getting a flood of stuff Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll start getting little tidbits here and there about what's going on. But it does feel like somewhat viral. Like I'm learning more from random tweets than I am from outlets because they don't have any access to anything.
Remember the Nintendo Today app when we were supposed to get news and notifications and stuff? And like,
I use Oatmeal Dome for that now.
Oatmeal Dome is like goated. Seriously, it's
So
like one of my
he
favorite
created
people.
a whole different account called Nintendo Today where it just brings the Nintendo Today stuff into a feed. You can just see it on Blue Sky.
That's really
I'm just
fun.
doing that now. I'm like, never mind.
I might follow that.
So
Okay, from Kate, she asks us about Splatoon. How crazy is 10 years of Splatoon? What are your favorite memories from over the past 10 years?
my favorite one, I've got two. One funny. My favorite one is that on Wii U, to play 2-player Splatoon, Nintendo legit officially told people to rubber band a Wiimote to a Pro controller.
They did do
I
that.
to this day love that. Like, what a crazy fucking thing.
They did do that, yes.
That was nuts. I think my favorite Splatoon memory was Bobby. Bobby fucking loves Splatoon, and when he was, I stayed up till midnight trying to play Splatoon 2 with him when it unlocked. He had all these streams. Sean just reminded me yesterday he apparently did a whole different Splatoon podcast, which I probably was on and forgot all about of. But yeah,
Probably.
Bobby fucking loved that game. So when I hear Splatoon, he definitely comes to mind because I think we just played together. Me, him, Caroline, Jason, Kyle would play back in the day. Sean. That was kind of the crew for a while. We were playing a lot of Splatoon. So
My favorite Splatoon memories, I think back to Splatoon 2, the first like year or two of the Switch, and playing Salmon Run with my friends like late into the night. That's just like kind of what I think of first when I think of like Splatoon memories. Like I've played a lot of Splatoon, but like I always keep thinking back to that. Like just hours and hours of Salmon Run, like the frustrations of getting so close and then losing, or like finally, completing a wave, it was good times. Doesn't really hit the same on Switch 3, or I mean on Splatoon 3.
no,
Oh my God.
it felt too much of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I didn't really play Splatoon, I would have to say
For anybody that doesn't
That's an
know,
official image.
this is official. This is how they told people to play the fucking game.
yes, they did.
To this day, I'm like, this is the most unhinged shit a corporation has ever done.
Are those
Take a
Nintendo-
shoelace.
Are those
And here-
Nintendo licensed shoelaces?
And here's the dumb shit. Jack and I did this because we wanted to play like the versus mode. You talk about something that would be cool to come back in Splatoon is with Game Share. If they did the versus mode where you had two switches, you could play against each other. Because we played this and we did this. We fucking rubber banded damn Wiimote to a controller like a bunch of idiots. And and if it moved, it would like press the A button and stuff. Oh, it was a disaster. But they literally did this. Never forget.
Yeah. I remember being just totally like flabbergasted then that there was no split screen multiplayer or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jules, like, it's sort of like kind of works. It did as long as the controller didn't move and start pressing buttons you weren't supposed to press.
Oh, and also the Octo expansion. That was one of my favorite memories in Splatoon 2. And also the Chaos versus Order Final Fest.
The Pokemon Splatfest.
The Pokemon Splatfest.
Back when we
Zelda
thought Splatfest were
Splatfest.
going to be like real.
Yeah. When they
Man.
did Pokemon and Zelda and they were both great. And then it was
They
like,
were great.
do
We were
you,
like, oh.
toast, baguettes, or bagels.
Paper clips or staples? Get the fuck out of here.
Mayo or ketchup? I'm like, okay.
Oh, that was a moment. Talk about a memory.
And oh my god, yeah. Geez. And the Final Fest for Splatoon 3 actually was really good. That was like the only really good one. So
Nice.
wasn't there one like there was love, chaos, and control or some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
the Final Fest in 2 was Chaos versus Order.
Chaos versus
And
Order.
they used that to determine the plot of Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Chaos.
I need more console wars. I need more.
Yeah.
I need more like real gaming stuff. Yeah. I need to just go PlayStation versus Xbox for a legit Splatoon crossover.
That would be so funny. And then whoever wins, we're gonna team up with them to make a new game.
Atari versus ColecoVision.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, Danny.
I need them to go. I want them to go back to 2-team Splatfest. I don't like the 3.
I think they will because I don't think it really worked out with 3.
No, go back to 2.
It was nice to try it, but it didn't work. Danny Not DeVito asks, I've heard people say the Switch is equivalent to a, what is this word?
Beefed up Xbox 360.
Oh my god, it says beefed up. Why did okay, first I read it as beefed. I'm like, what's beefed?
Yo, Rebecca, you may need glasses.
Switch is equivalent to a bee-fed
Why are
Xbox.
we feeding bees?
Did you see the bee thing? The story about the bees?
No.
Dude, in Washington, a tractor trailer carrying like 200 million bees flipped over.
That may be a problem.
It just released bees into the community. There was like a shelter-in-place order for bees. Like, close your windows, don't leave your home.
Oh my god.
It's like emergency management nightmare. It's like, oh my god. I quit.
Bee NATO.
Never mind.
I don't know why I read that word that way. I must there's something not right about me right now. I've heard people say the Switch is equivalent to a beefed up Xbox 360.
That's correct.
Specs wise.
Mm-hmm.
Running the original Switch, right?
Yep.
Running with the comparison, what do you think the 7th console generation would have been like if Nintendo had released a Switch-like console instead of the Wii? Is that not a perfect hypothetical because of the tech available in 06, but the butterfly effect of something like the Switch and Breath of the Wild coming out a decade earlier is a fun thought exercise.
Yeah, I think this one comes up somewhat like when people talk about console generations. This is someone that comes up a lot. I don't think it would have gone well. I think we could have seen... There've been a couple times where I think we could have seen Nintendo literally change like course corrections completely, and that's one of them. If you're asking me what do I think would have happened if they tried to release a console like that, we already saw that. We saw that with the GameCube. Yeah. The GameCube was the most powerful console and got trounced on. Like, they needed the Wii. They needed to be different to kind of excel. Like, they needed that to happen. If they just showed up with a PlayStation 3 competitor, and they were, I don't even know if would they even make Wii Sports, but if they just made Twilight Princess on a Xbox 360, I don't think it would have gone very well. That's not how Nintendo appeals to audiences, and it definitely wasn't then. They couldn't make the games and keep up in that arms race. That's not the arms race that's not the front they can win on. Yeah. I think the Wii proved that. I think the DS proved that. I think the 3DS, they've proven that over and over and over again.
It's hard to imagine a timeline where the Wii wasn't a massively successful thing because you had everybody had a Wii in their house. It didn't matter if you had kids or you had teenagers or just all, only adults. Everybody had a Wii, and it was so accessible to non-gamers because of what, they were in senior living homes and stuff and schools. Yeah. And it was just so accessible to everybody. And, I feel like it gave people a different view of video games. And because everybody had one, that gave Nintendo all their money. And it kind of made them able to take more risks like that in the future, because it didn't matter if they put out the Wii U and it failed. They would still be able to bounce back because they had a mountain of cash from the Wii. So I feel like if a competitor came out and it was just fine or similar to the GameCube in terms of success, I don't know, it wouldn't have.
I just realized that on the last part of the question, he asked if it was a Switch-like console, and I mean, obviously, we know the technology wasn't there, so it's hard to really fathom.
Well, he's saying hypothetical, like pretend it was.
I guess if the best I could do is if they released a Vita. If we had a 360, a PlayStation 3, and then a Vita, and maybe the Vita could like connect to the TV via cord, that'd be like maybe the most Switch-like thing you could have done then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Breath of the Wild would have been as popular as it was, like, in 2006, coming off of Twilight Princess.
Very different industry. I'd be very worried about mobile space, because the Switch has... Nintendo and the Switch has benefited because it taps into a mobile market, allows them to get games that the others don't, because they're not getting the games that the others are. And that helps. Yeah. And that isn't there in 2006. 2006 mobile market was a disaster. Like, the development wasn't really there. Nobody was really paying money for it, even less so than today. So I also don't think that would have went very well. Time and place, time and place. Xbox, way ahead of the game in 2013 when everybody clowned them. Now everybody's doing exactly what they did, but time and place is just as important as the actual product itself. Mm-hmm. Are people willing and ready for that? We've done this so many times. I could go back 2 decades and give you all of the reasons where Xbox was too ahead. Like, somebody in that room needs to constantly ask themselves, are the customers ready for this? Because they're too far ahead of people. And it hurts them. It has hurt their industry.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. I don't know what this means. Jess says, Donnie would be labeling the Switch 2 pre-order stream, even though it was on the PlayStation stream, the PS stream?
I don't know.
Anybody got anything? I don't know what that means.
I have no clue.
Jess, try again.
Yeah, let us know. What you talking about?
Enhance.
Yes.
Jess, I couldn't even read beefed up, so let's break
Ask
it
me
down.
Like I'm 5.
Right. I'm in for one more question, y'all.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, we're over your time. Okay, real quick. Magnum TK asks us, question for the show. How long will it take for you to be like Andy from Toy Story and throw such one in the drawer or sell it?
Good question for Delvin. He's about to leave.
Yes.
Referring to the meme of Andy, I don't want to play with you anymore. And it goes to the bin.
Magnum, gotta tell you, that's just happening this week. It's sooner than later, I would say.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe, depending on how fast I get everything I got to get done today. Maybe today.
Mine will probably sit in a drawer or on, the desk collecting dust quite a lot. But it will be my, OG Animal Crossing device. So when I get that itch, when I want to go back to my old island and check things out and make some changes, that's when I'll turn it on and do that.
Okay. You can't transfer your old island to the Switch too?
I can, but I don't want to. I want to start new. I want to have a third island.
I would start.
I have 2 active islands right now.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't plan on getting rid of mine now. The question is, go back? Yeah, I think I will go back in certain circumstances. Like I said, I'm using my Switch 1 as a dedicated external storage device. So when I want to play a Switch, like one of those Switch 1 games, I'll turn it back on and go play it. There's no point in taking up my precious Switch 2 storage for games that run exactly the same on Switch 1.
All right, Delvin, thanks for joining us.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm going. Later, guys.
Have a good day.
Bye.
I'm going to try.
I know.
Good luck.
Hang in there.
Yeah. Later.
We have 4 more questions for me and Donnie to get through and answer.
Yarden says, you guys will never touch Switch 1 again. That's not true.
Not true.
It's not true for me, at least.
It will be my Animal Crossing machine, though. Famajeff asks, are you planning to replay any Switch games on the Switch 2? That's the first thing you're going to do.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild for sure. Probably others. Like, especially the ones that get updates. Like, I'm going to play Kirby, and I'm probably going to do Mario Party, and at some point, I do want to play the Mario games. I want to replay Odyssey. I've never replayed Odyssey. I played it once, and that was it. I'd like to play Bowser's Fury. Both those games are getting enhancements. They're getting texture updates. They're getting resolution boosts. They're getting HDR. I think HDR and something like Odyssey and Bowser's Fury could be great. Because those are already really beautiful games, and those will really pop, I think, on Switch 2. So, yeah, if they add mouse controls to Mario Maker 2, definitely play that. I don't think they will. I think they'll save that for another game. There's a lot of old games, like I already mentioned, Lollipop Chainsaw, Bayonetta 3. There's lots of games that I want to run better. And if those things, like Skyrim, like can we play Skyrim at like 120 frames a second? Because I might replay Skyrim like all over.
That would not even look good. I don't know what you're talking about. 120. That just doesn't even look good.
Skyrim could use a great like 4K 60 patch. Would be awesome. And there's lots of games like that, like Doom. You know, there's lots of ports that I would love to get a nice big patch on Switch 2.
Definitely Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Starting with Breath of the Wild. And then just any game that I go back to right now, like Animal Crossing or like, you know, the other Zelda games, like when I want that Skyward Sword itch or, you know, my Echoes of Wisdom, Link's Awakening itch. Sometimes I, you know, just boot those up and play those.
They should update the Rabbids games with mouse controls. I'll probably replay those.
That would be a good one to get mouse controls. I wonder if they're making a new one with that in mind.
I'll probably replay that game at some point.
I would not be surprised if they have a third one on the way with that in mind.
Mm-hmm. I think there were rumors that they were going to try to release like a Switch 2 double pack, like a Mario Rabbids collection.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. They can sell it for double the price of the first ones and sell it for $10. Mathman asks, question, do you have a budget for games and peripherals for the Switch 2's launch? How much is too much? I don't set budgets, Mathman. I go based off, I spend on vibes. My spending is very vibes based. That's what you can do when you don't have kids.
It's true. My budget was originally like $750. But then the budget increased because I sold a bunch of stuff. And then I raised all that money, and now I'm saving like half of it for my vacation. So, yeah, I don't know.
Wait, I still want to buy Sabrina Carpenter tickets.
I'm somewhere in like the $1,000 range on Switch 2, I think.
I'm not that much.
I've got the console, the accessories, and it's really just games. I've probably got, I think, $200 or $300 in games. Because I'm buying Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom again. I'm getting Mario Kart physical. I'm getting Donkey Kong physical. I got Ridge Racer and Welcome Tour and Fast Fusion. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe just slightly south of 1,000. I'm probably in the $800-900 range. Because some of that is offset because I had trade credit from my Series S. So I was able to blow all that on my memory card. So I'm probably like $800 plus $200 or $300 in trade credit. So yeah, all things considered, around $1,000.
I am getting the console bundled with Mario Kart.
It's crazy because I had another like $600 or $700 saved that I thought I was going to use on like controllers and everything. And then after all the prices and everything got announced, I was like, I don't really need that Pro controller.
Wait, I probably need to buy screen protectors.
Definitely.
I didn't buy those yet.
Those are super cheap. You can get them on Amazon for like $3 or $5.
2-pack for me and Josh.
And I canceled the grip, so that was another $80 save. Like it's funny, when Switch 1 launched, I bought everything, every accessory. And Switch 2, I've really pared that down to like what I would think are just like essentials. My only really like splurgy spend was the camera. That's like the only unnecessary thing that I bought.
Yeah. And you didn't get the main camera, right? You got the Piranha Plant?
I got the Piranha. That's the only reason. If they didn't have the Piranha Plant, I don't think I'd even get a camera. I really want the Piranha Plant more than I want to play the camera games. It's really more just about the camera. But I've been off the Amiibo train for some time. I'm not buying like all the games. The only third-party game I bought was Cyberpunk. Like, I'm not getting Street Fighter or anything. I'll wait for sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll get Madden though. Like, I'm day one on Madden.
Oh, and I'm getting Deltarune.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I didn't replay it, but I don't know. I might jump in or just replay it when I get it. I don't know who. I'll figure that out. Okay, here's my question from Hey Corsi. Has anyone played Fantasy Life: The Girl Who Steals Time? It looks like the most Rebecca game ever. Surprised she has not mentioned it yet. I'm probably going to get it. I'm just worried that it's going to be one of those games that like I feel like is right up my alley, and then like I play it for 3 hours and then never touch it again. Kind of like Hello Kitty, which I played more than 3 hours of that. But
the difference being that Fantasy Life, isn't it reviewing like extremely well? Like, don't people love it?
Yes.
Am I wrong on that? Like every time I see it, the impressions are like overwhelmingly positive. Like people really love it.
They do. Let me see what it's at.
Metacritic.
I know, I'm looking that up. It is an 86, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's really high for a game like that.
I am always just all my friends are playing it. Not all of them, I shouldn't say that, but some of my friends are playing it, and I'm just waiting for the Switch 2 version. The upgrade fee is only like $2, so like people, will be able to upgrade without breaking the bank. But I am just nervous because someone described to me, it's an RPG first and a life sim second, but it does sound like you can do a lot with like the customization. Like it has some things that my friend was saying would that Animal Crossing could really benefit from. Like, how in Animal Crossing New Horizons, the terraforming, like you have to do kind of one block at a time and it takes forever to like build up a cliff. This one, it's kind of like, it's a grid and like you could just kind of do it all instantaneously, like in a much faster way. Like the quality of life is very good for it. There's like 14, 16 something jobs that you can have, like the lives that you can have, and you can switch between them, and you can like go out and like fight and stuff. So it is like an RPG, which I do like RPGs. I don't know. I'm going to get it. I'm just nervous. It's going to be one of those ones that I don't stick with, and I like paid $60 for nothing.
Might get it for Melissa. I'm going to read you IGN's tagline. Fantasy Life: The Girl Who Steals Time expertly combines easygoing life sim mechanics with a light action adventure RPG goodness, culminating in one of my favorite cozy games in a long time. It's pretty high praise. They gave it a 90.
Yeah.
So people love it. I think Jeff was talking about how much he likes it, if I remember correctly.
I just want like a lot of customization and freedom to like, because I really do want it to like lean more into the life sim thing. I hope it does. I've been like trying to watch some streams and stuff. It's like hard to get a feel when someone else is playing it. But I hope it gives me the feel. And there is multiplayer. You can play up to 4 people on in your space here. So we'll see. I will surely spend my money on that and let you guys know what I think.
Nice.
Our last question is from Josh. PSVG Josh? Not my Josh.
No. Yeah, no. This is a Hyrule Laureate?
Oh, Josh the Hyrule Laureate. Got it. Think about the dormant Nintendo IPs you want to return on Switch 2. If you had to suggest a new idea or gimmick for the next entry to push that series forward, what would it be? For example, mass multiplayer like in F-Zero 99, mouse aim like in Metroid Prime, open world like in Mario Kart, etc. That's a good question.
I think we're getting, like, my answer would have been open world Donkey Kong, and it looks like that's what we're about to get.
Is that open world?
I think so. It's like you can kind of just go in any direct, like all those islands and stuff.
Oh.
Maybe not.
I didn't know that was open world.
It seemed like when the players are playing Treehouse, they seem to have a lot of freedom. You could like venture to all these different islands and go down and go up and kind of just wander. I'm sure it's not like Breath of the Wild open world. It's more like open zone, more like a Mario Odyssey type maybe.
Dormant IP.
How do you want to bring back Star Fox?
I always thought Star Fox should be more like Mass Effect.
Oh, really? And I was going the opposite way. I think Star Fox should be more like No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that too.
Like you see that game and you're like, because that's what it was like when we saw Starlink. I was like, just let them make this a Star Fox game.
Mm-hmm.
Starlink was it. Big, gigantic open world space battles, fly down to the surface, do puzzles and shit, fly back up. Just do that and make it a Star Fox game. You did it.
I want the dormant IP of Mother to come back, and I want the gimmick to be English translation.
Sure. I don't know if that counts, but sure. I've said this before. I would like to bring to throw something different. I would like to bring Star Fox back as like a bullet hell, like side-scrolling shooter, like an arcade game, like a side-scrolling shooter, like that finger game was that they did. We've seen little like kind of like those arcadey shooting games. I think it'd be really cool to bring Star Fox back, like something like that, kind of like a 99 sort of thing, like old is new, something like that, and it'd be cheap, right? Like you wouldn't have to spend a lot of money to make something like that. Get a couple junior developers and be like, make me a 2D Star Fox game.
Yeah.
You know, or even even if it was like an arcade game, like a Galaxy Wars or like a Vampire Survivors clone, something like that, but Star Fox with like some little dialogue that pops up and blah, 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 and shit and slappy and stuff. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool. And it would be different. I would like to see something like that.
This is not really a good answer because it's not for the Switch 2, but I still want them to bring back Nintendogs on mobile. I think the gimmick could be that it's mobile, like Pokemon Go, kind of.
That's good.
But I know that's not a Switch, because I don't want that to be a Switch 2 release. So I'm trying to think of a better
says,
answer.
I would like Punch-Out back, but I'm not sure the gimmick. So the interesting thing about Punch-Out is if you change the gimmick, is it still Punch-Out?
What if the
gimmick?
What if the gimmick is that because I think the reason why people say they won't bring back Punch-Out because of all the stereotypes and the characters and stuff. What if they brought back Punch-Out, but like you are fighting against like other Nintendo characters, like you fight against like Hitmonchan and Pokemon, and like you fight against Springman and ARMS, and all the different types of like fighting. Like maybe you fight against a Goron, or like different Nintendo IP.
I'm about to make everybody hate me. You ready?
Oh.
What if Punch-Out was a rhythm game?
Punch-Out is a rhythm game.
But I mean, like, what if it was like a timing
to music?
Rhythm, like, yeah.
I don't think people would hate you for that. I think people would like that.
Okay. Because you do see like Hatsune Miku, Rift of the Necrodancer, Cadence, and stuff like that. Like that could apply to a Punch-Out game pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And like you could almost like make it like a fitness thing. And just have like like what was the theater rhythm? That, but it's Punch-Out.
I would like that.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That could be kind of fun.
Yeah. I would like that a lot.
But I think Punch-Out fans would be like, what have they done?
No, I don't think they would. I really don't think they would.
We'll have to ask Delvin.
Yeah. Delvin would say yes. Last one that I have idea. You're gonna be like, how would you even do this? I don't know, but I want them to. 1080 snowboarding.
Yes.
As an RPG.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but sure.
It does. It works.
It's Forza. It's Forza, but it's snowboarding. You got to go. It's open world. Yeah. You got to go collect. You got to win the races. You've got all these events you can go to. You get to smash boards, do tricks, but it's open snowboarding. That works.
There was a little side mini game in Split Fiction that was 1080 snowboarding, or like SS Tricky.
I'm gonna take the exact same idea, but wave race.
Yes. Yes. Make an RPG out of that too.
Not that I don't want it changed at all. But damn, if the IP I want to come back is Pilot Wings. I just want bring Pilot Wings back.
Okay.
I'm way more into that than like Kid Icarus.
Nintendo Land, but Switch 2.
Yes. I was thinking about the
gimmick is mouse controls.
When we got like the surprises, and we always get the questions like, the Switch 2 really, like it delivered the games. Like we got kind of everything. Like certain things we didn't get, but like we got Advance Wars. Yeah, sorry, Switch 1. Like we got it all pretty much. Like most of the franchises, and if not the franchise,
I'm looking through
at
the
least
franchises.
the IP.
Yeah.
The IP is represented on Switch One. Like
even if it's not a new game.
It was an incredible console for content. Like it just got everything. Everybody got something.
Because I'm looking through like, the list of Nintendo IP, and it's like, okay, well, there's stuff that we still got on like Nintendo Online. Like we still got, the Puzzle League Online. We still got
Like
we got Endless
Snap.
Ocean.
We got Endless Ocean. We got
Star
Advance
Tropics
Wars.
is on NFL.
Rhythm Heaven. We're getting Tamagotchi Life. Like we really got a lot. We got a Princess Peach game.
Pour one out for Chibi Robo.
Yeah, like that's where we are. Like we are really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like which franchise? Like it's like they're pretty much mostly all here.
And some of the ones like Dormant, it's like, okay, they got a game last console. Like it's not something that's been extinct for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to see like what new IP, what new ideas do we have?
Dragon Drive.
Oh boy. You guys will be wishing for ARMS after.
All right, Kooblings, that is gonna do it.
This time
next week, we will have played hours.
Switch 2. Switch 2. And we'll have Summer Games Fest, so I'm sure there'll be games to be announced that we can talk about. Are you doing any of that? I'm not really. I'm just playing my Switch. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I didn't want people to, we're not doing anything. We're not going to be streaming shows. We're not doing any of that.
I didn't even know that was this week. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, like that's it. I'm just playing Switch. So I'll be here Wednesday night for PSVG, and then Sunday. You'll hear us Sunday for Switch 2. And we'll see wherever we are come then. But I want to tell you, Rebecca, like over on my little end table, I have my Zelda Breath of the Wild Collector's Edition guide that my wife bought me for my birthday.
You won't need it because Zelda's going to be talking to you like a GPS. Turn left.
I know. I'm going to do that too. I got my iPad. I've got my Amiibo out. I'm excited.
Go past this group of trees and then turn right.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to my shrine grind again.
Shrine grind.
It's going to be so much fun.
All right. I will see you Kooplings out on the racetracks.
That's it. This is it. Switch 1 in the books.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
Get hyped.
New generation begins.
Mm-hmm. There you have it.
Peace.
We will see you next time.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?